I don't know how to do an intro. Hi guys, how are you? As you can see, I already decorated for Christmas. It's not even December, but I don't care because I like Christmas and I like Christmas decoration and I like lights and I think it's beautiful, honestly. Today I'm gonna do a little Q&A. I'm gonna answer your questions because you were asking me on Instagram and I was like, oh, that's a lot of questions, so I can make a video out of it. I think I'm just gonna start talking. Okay, let's just start with the basic questions that I always get. First question, how old are you? So I'm 21. I know I don't necessarily look like 21, but what can I do? And because also some people were asking, I'm born in April 99 and my zodiac sign is an Aries, so I'm an Aries, 21. And also another question, where are you from? I'm from Germany. I was born there, I grew up there. My parents are from Germany, my whole family is from Germany, so yeah. I have the questions here, by the way. I wrote them down from my Instagram. I'm well prepared. Then I often got the question, do you go to circus school? And if yes, which one? So I went to circus school. I was in Kyiv in Ukraine, but right now I'm not in a school anymore. I was in Kyiv for 1.5 years, and then before I went to a school in the Netherlands for 1 year, but then I changed schools. And then also, how did you like the school? How did you like living in Kyiv? And do you speak Russian? So I like the school a lot. I think I learned a lot there. It was hard with the language because now I don't speak Russian and most people there were speaking Russian, so we couldn't really communicate a lot. But still, I think it was the best decision for me to go to this school. I always looked up to people coming from this school or like in general from Ukraine and stuff. So I really wanted to go there and learn from these people, and I definitely did, and I loved it. So yeah, and I also really like the country. I like the people, so it's also a really nice city. You can go to many studios. There are many great teachers. 10 out of 10 recommend. You will learn a lot. Promise. Okay, next question. Do you want to perform in the future? Yes, I definitely want to perform. I'm a bit worried with everything that's been going on in the past months. But yeah, I hope this industry will recover from it, like the whole entertainment industry, circus, everything. I think it might take a few years until it fully recovers, but I definitely want to perform at some point. Like, I think we all have to think positive, and I will also think positive about it. So yes. So now the questions that I got the most. When did you start hand balancing? I come from a gymnastics background. So I started gymnastics when I was 5 years old, and I did it until I was 18. And then I went to circus school in the Netherlands, like after graduating high school. I don't know from when I should start counting the years, because obviously I could stand on my hands. Like, I learned this when I was a child. But when it comes to technique and everything, and to really like work on canes and work on handstands as main discipline, I would say like I started when I went to circus school, because before I didn't really have a teacher for that. I was just doing it for fun, like a few times a month maybe. Basically, I started in the Netherlands with hand balancing, so in 2017. Let's say 3-4 years I'm really doing hand balancing now. What kind of sport did you do before hand balancing? I was a gymnast. Yeah. How many hours a day do you practice and how much do you rest? I practice around 4 hours, 6 days a week, and I rest 1 day. 4 hours, that means I warm up for 1 hour, I stretch, I warm up my wrists, my shoulders, and I work on my flexibility. And then I train around 2.5 hours hand balancing, and then I do some conditioning, so approximately 4 hours a day I practice. And now I don't split my training, I do it all at once. Normally I start at 9 and I finish at 1. 9 in the morning, 1 in the afternoon, lunchtime. This is also how I was training in Kyiv, and I just kept this rhythm because it really works well for me. And then I do this like 6 days a week until Saturday. Saturday I mostly finish a bit earlier, and then Sunday I rest. Yes. I really like this next question. How do you create your training method? How do you structure your training? How can I explain? My training never really looks the same. I always keep the main structure, as I said, like 1 hour of stretching, flexibility, warm-up, then 2.5 hours hand balancing. So I always start with my warm-up on floor. So I do like the 2-arm basics on floor, then I do some weight shifts and fingertip holds on the floor, and then I do some 1-arms on floor, and mostly this takes me like 20 minutes or even half an hour. And then I go to the canes, some straighter 1-arms, some waves, and then some side bends, some flags, some figures. Then I will normally work on the new things. So let's say I want to learn a new transition, I want to learn a new trick, I will put it as early as possible in my training, so I still have enough strength to work on it, because obviously this will take me a little bit more strength than like the stuff that I can already do safely. Probably for like half an hour, 1 hour, maybe 1 hour, yes. And then I go to the things that I can already do. It always depends on how I'm feeling that day. If I don't want to do one trick, but I know I can do it safely, then I will maybe skip this trick for one day and do it the next day again. I think because I'm already not a beginner anymore, it's okay that I don't do everything every single day. But if you're a beginner, I would really recommend to like work consistently on it. Obviously, if you're sick or whatever, don't practice. But if you want to learn something, you have to like practice it every day so your body remembers the movement. Like when I work on new tricks, I really have to do them every day. Yeah, this is what I can recommend. Do you prefer canes, blocks, or the floor? I definitely prefer canes. It's the easiest for me to balance on. Then I would say blocks, and then floor. I just like to grab something, and you have to imagine like if I can grab something like this, it's easier than only like this or like this. I don't mind working on floor or on blocks. I just prefer the canes. Next one. What's your favorite handstand shape? My favorite shape is definitely a flag. I only flag on the left side, but I love flags on this side. I think they look beautiful, and they feel so comfortable, and they don't require so much strength, so I love flags. And then I also really like figures. I do figure mostly on the right side. And then 2-arms, I like all kind of scorpion stuff, Mexican. Yeah, I like a lot of things. This one I also really like. What inspires, motivates you to train? Actually, I don't really have to think about it, because my answer is I love what I'm doing. That is what keeps me going. But obviously, I have nobody who's telling me like you have to train, because I'm my own coach at the moment, so I have to push myself. And it's not always easy, especially if you have like some muscle pain or you're just tired, you don't want to do it. Then I just tell myself, you're so blessed that you have this kind of job and that you love your work. Like I couldn't imagine doing anything else at this point, and I don't think in the future as well. Like I just really, really love what I'm doing. I'm so grateful that my kind of hobby is also my job. I'm so grateful for that. That is what keeps me going. My mom just came in. What I wanted to say is, yeah, I also want to film videos, of course, and like put them out there, show it to the world. And if I just get one comment like you inspire me with what you're doing, I'm like so happy. So whenever you write me something like this, I'm so happy, and I'm just glad that I can motivate you and inspire you, and I really want to continue with that. And I'm always happy if you like what I'm doing. So thank you. Thank you so much, guys. Okay, next one. Do you have any pain, or are you scared of getting pain in the future? I was struggling a lot with wrist pain past years, probably. But at the moment, it's really good. I don't feel any pain when I'm training. And in general, like I just struggle a bit with muscle pain, but that's normal. It's nothing serious. So no, at the moment, I don't have pain. And also, like some people ask about back pain. I don't really have back pain. And I'm not really scared about getting pain in the future. I don't think too much about the future because I want to live in the present, and if I'm careful in the present, it should be fine in the future as well. Maybe that's naive also, but that's just the way how I'm thinking. Okay, I have 2 more questions. Do you have tips to improve flexibility and also tips for, like, for example, one-arm handstand and like learning new tricks? Improving flexibility, it takes time as well as hand balancing. Like, you have to work consistently on it. You can stretch 2 times every single day. You can stretch 3 times every single day. Be careful that it doesn't hurt too much, but you should definitely feel some stretch. A bit of pain is definitely okay. If you want to become flexible, you have to work for it. 6 days a week, 7 days a week, it doesn't really matter. And also for hand balancing, even if you just train 10 minutes a day or like 6 days, 5 days a week, it's good because the body has to remember the movement. And balance is not so easy to learn. Balance is something you can only learn if you do hand balancing. I would recommend many small sessions in the week instead of 2 very long trainings because it's not as efficient as training daily. If you want to have like a tutorial for one trick or whatever, you can comment it down below. Okay, last question that I also get a lot. Do you follow a specific diet, or how do I eat, whatever? I don't really follow anything specific. I'm vegetarian, so I don't eat fish or meat. I'm just trying to make sure I'm getting enough protein. I try to eat healthy, like a lot of fruits, vegetables, beans. I like protein bars, but I also like chocolate and ice cream. So I think a healthy balance is important. Yeah, I think that is it for this video. If you have more questions, just shoot me a DM on Instagram. I will try to answer it. I hope you know everything you wanted to know. I'd say I see you in the next video. Bye bye.